Sorry, I thought the meeting was recording and it's not, but it is now. All right. So, James Webb Space Telescope. And let me tell you a little story about James Webb that's personal to me. Harry keeps.
Have you met James Webb?
About James Webb Space Telescope. Commander Miss Jennifer and I were in Greenbelt, Maryland, and we were touring NASA, the NASA facility there, and we walked by. We got to go into the room and look and see where James Webb Space Telescope was being built. Because if you do your research, it took years and years and years to get it built. It was behind schedule, like almost 10 years. It was a lot. And when we were at Maryland, when we were looking at the James Webb Space Telescope, which was really cool, there was a big earthquake and we had to run out of the building. And so we didn't get to come back, and we didn't get to go back in and see the rest of the stuff. So it was really scary. It was a lot bigger earthquake than we have around here. The floor started rolling. So I remember more about the earthquake than I actually remember about James Webb Space Telescope, which is kind of sad. So I have a few pictures.
Telescope get damaged?
No, it didn't. It didn't. And really the only damage we saw were like a couple of light bulbs that come out, different things like that. But no, that's a good question. It did not get damaged. So James Webb, it was in a clean room. So we actually didn't go in the clean room, but we were watching in the windows. And do you know what a clean room is?
Yeah, it's when they get rid of all their germs and sanitation, and it sprays you.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes, but you're covered from head to toe. Like if you have a beard, you have to wear a beard thing. It keeps this telescope clean and, like you said, from contamination and different things like that. So it was in a pretty protective clean room, so it didn't get much damage on that. So go ahead in the chat and tell me. I want everybody to tell me one thing that they learned about James Webb. Yeah, he x-rays things. That's good. I'm working on getting us a speaker from NASA for December 15th. So, yes, Andrew. It wasn't just NASA. It was ESA. Does anybody know who ESA is? Nobody? ESA is the European Space Agency. So they don't fly astronauts because they don't have manned. So their astronauts fly with us, but they do a lot with satellites and different things, probes and things like that.
Miss Melissa?
Yep.
I just wanted to let you know that I'm here. My chat isn't working.
Okay. So, I got you. I keep seeing you get kicked out. I keep letting you back in.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So who did? Oh, I like that one. It has a big sheet thinner than human hair. How do you even do that? I know. Rex, I was like that too. I didn't know that. I spent a lot of time yesterday reading up on it on that website. Well, yep, Nick, you got that. Probably will. Yeah, there's a lot of science in that for sure. What I watched that video. Did everybody watch the video about how it launched and then how it unfolded and so forth? What I was interested in was the exoplanets part. Did anybody read anything about the exoplanets? Can somebody tell me what an exoplanet is?
I barely paid attention to it, but I did read it.
Yeah. Can somebody tell me what an exoplanet is?
It's a planet outside the solar system.
Yeah, outside our solar system, right? Rex, what?
Isn't like the side facing the sun that covers like the James Webb telescope meant for like protection, so it has to stay cool, like so the James Webb can work?
I believe so. I believe you're right. I'm learning a lot about it, just like you guys. Olivia, yes, that is the a really perfect definition of it. Now, I did go further and read that it usually exoplanets, um, will orbit some other star, obviously not the sun, because that would be in our solar system. But I found this fascinating. I just found this that said most orbit other stars, but free floating exoplanets called rogue planets orbit the galactic center and are untethered to any star. So I kind of like the use of the rogue term. Kind of reminded me of Star Wars and how many planets there are in that. But so exoplanets. So anybody else find anything interesting on James Webb?
I have something about exoplanets.
I'm sorry, what?
I have something about exoplanets.
Okay, go ahead, Elliot.
Like, a way to find exoplanet is to see a star, because the gravitational pull from that planet will make the star wobble a little bit. And the bigger the wobble, the larger the exoplanet is.
Yeah. And then it got into black holes and all that stuff. So there is a whole lot that we can learn about that.
Excuse me?
Yes.
I have a question. Are there any planets around that are orbiting Betelgeuse?
That star? Not that I'm aware of. Did you guys see that star last time with Miss Jennifer in the dome?
Yeah.
Betelgeuse is part of Orion. Mm-hmm. Who's seen Orion in the sky?
I saw it like a few years ago.
Oh no, you should be able to go out tonight and see it. So it is definitely out there. This is the best time of year to see Orion, and you can go out and catch that winter triangle. I know when some of you were trying to find the dipper, it was when I assigned that, it was pretty cloudy those several days, but tonight would be a great night. And you can see it pretty early because, it gets dark here so early right now. Yep. Anything else on James Webb? Yeah, in the dipper. So if you find did she show you the trick of the Big Dipper to the Little Dipper?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, I like that. The gold, Eli. That was good. Now, has anybody heard of Hubble?
Yes.
Okay, so Hubble was kind of what we call James Webb Space Telescope's predecessor. And so James Webb is a little more advanced. So when the Hubble was launched, it went on a space shuttle and the astronauts had to deploy it. And when they went to get the first images from Hubble, does anybody know what happened?
The lens was dirty.
Wasn't dirty.
Did it happen to explode?
No. Yes, they were fuzzy, but does anybody know why? And Hubble was before James Webb, yes. Yes, the lens was incorrect size. And the reason was, again, we were working with the Europeans. What is different between Americans and Europeans when it comes to math and measurement?
The
Dalton,
metric
go ahead.
system.
They use metric instead of imperial.
And we use the English system, which is kind of funny because they're English. But anyway, so when they built the lens, somebody didn't compute right. They didn't convert correctly. And so a group of astronauts had to go back up on the space shuttle later and fix that. They had to replace the lens. They had to do spacewalks, and it was pretty scary, but they did it.
Miss Melissa,
Yep.
I have a question.
Go ahead. I may be able to answer it.
What is this month's theme?
James Webb Space Telescope.
All right.
Penny, I don't know what you're doing, but if you're going to keep doing that, turn your camera off. Yep. So this month's theme is James Webb Space Telescope. That's why you were supposed to watch those videos and everything. So they learned their lesson, obviously, because James Webb is working very well. Did anybody look at the first images? Okay. A few of you did. So tomorrow, be expecting an email with an assignment that you will need, nothing big, that you will need to bring for in person in a few weeks, and it's going to be on James Webb Space Telescope. And one of them is I'll put it in the email, but one of them is to pick out your favorite image from James Webb so far. Evelyn, go ahead.
So I got this button that popped up and it said there's 5 minutes left in my meeting, and I'm wondering what that is.
Oh, that's okay. I scheduled the meeting until 4:45, but it won't kick us out until I stop it. So, which we only have about 3 minutes now. So everybody's teams comes off a little different. All right. So be expecting that email. Yes, Elliot, I can see this message. All right. Any last words? Somebody that hasn't spoken. Chanel, did you have your hand up at one point? Still can't hear you. Let me try to unmute you. No, I can't unmute you. Okay. Oh, I thought you did. All right. So any last chats? Okay. Be looking for that email. Everybody stay healthy. Hopefully when we meet in 2 weeks, I'll have a NASA speaker for you. I'll keep you posted on that so you don't have to listen to me. You can listen to them. Be thinking about some questions you might want to ask them. So I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Miss Melissa,
Uh-huh.
you cut out there for a second.
Oh, okay. Could be my home internet. But just be looking for that email with the assignment, and hopefully when we see each other on in 2 weeks from today, that we'll have a NASA speaker, and be thinking about some things that you might want to ask him or her. And I'll let you guys know. What kind of job that person does, because how many people do you think worked on James Webb? Like 10? Mason, what are you thinking?
Around 1,500 maybe.
Oh, at least a lot. Yeah. I don't really know, but it's tons, because and I'm going to send you some videos on some of those people, some of their careers. There's 4 main instruments on James Webb, and each one of those has an entire staff that works on each of those instruments. And then you have you've got the technicians and you've got the engineers and you've got the rocket launchers, all those. So tons and tons and tons of people. So I don't know if anybody could even tell us exactly how many people work on it. That might be a good question to try to find. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Remember to be looking for an email tomorrow. I send it to your parents or whoever the email is going to. And again, it won't be too much. You guys stay healthy. Enjoy your last few weeks of school.
We
And
will.
we'll see. Yeah, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Okay.
Bye.
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 Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.
I won't be able to get the message.